So this is going to be the cabbage plan. I've got these two frames with the wooden slats on it. I think it's called staging, isn't it? What's it called, staging? I've no idea. So yeah, make a compost. And if I cut a square out, as you would do a grow bag, and then put the cabbage plants in there, and they can grow along there, and also put another one there. There isn't going to be that much compost in the bag. That's a lot of compost. So I'm going to need to think about this now. I intended to empty it, mix it with some of the manure, then put it all back in the bag. I need to give that a think. Yeah, so one there, cabbages in there. Not as much compost as that. I'll have to put some netting over it, obviously, because the pigeons will have a field day. A little bit concerned because I've noticed that one of these frames is twisted. We don't want this lot falling down. Let me make a start on that and see how it goes. So here we go. I need to cut this something like that. I need to be careful I don't make it too big because I need to maintain the structure of the bag itself, otherwise it's going to flop all over the place. Ignore that, that's a special effect I've added afterwards. Okay, let's get to it, let's see what happens. I'll probably go too short to start with, as I said, just to maintain the structure of the bag as much as I can. I don't want this cutting it so much that it all falls out. You see, so that's the concern here, that it's going to fall out. Well, we're in now. As long as it doesn't end up all on the floor. Let's cut that one a little bit shorter. There you go. This is exciting, isn't it? Man cuts open bag. Wow. There's all sorts of things on YouTube, don't you? Man opening bag. Are we in? So we are in, and it's not falling out. So, let's have a think about it. Row of cabbage, row of cabbage, row of cabbage, 4 rows of cabbage. A little concerned that that's fallen over a little bit. I wonder if I can, if needed, tie a bit of string through there, through this side, just to hold it together so it doesn't all fall off the back. And so far, so good. There you go. Man open bag, wonderful. Slight change in the plan. I was going to take most of this out, mix it with some of this farmyard manure I've got here, and then put it back in. I think that's going to be a problem because this is going to fall all over the place if I start digging all of this out and putting it all back in. And it's also probably going to rip as well. I need to be careful of that, actually. It doesn't start ripping. So the plan's going to be take out some of this compost because there's too much in there. Cabbages straight into that one. This one, farmyard manure, do the same as I did with this. Cut a square out, take some of it out because there's too much in there, and put the cabbages in that one. So we'll have cabbages in compost, and then we'll have cabbages in farmyard manure. I mentioned previously that the structure of this is similar to the structure of this. I'll show you that in a bit. So we'll have the two on the go and we'll see how they get on. Also, I have pushed these frames further to the wall because I'm concerned that this one has got a bit of a wobble on it, and I do not want this falling down. It's going to make a hell of a mess if it falls down. It needs to go back a bit further, actually. There's a bit more of a gap there. Yeah, so again, the special effect which I've added afterwards. So let's cut that one open, empty some of that, empty some of that, put the cabbages in. It's going to take me a while to do that because I've got to get them all apart as well because they're all mixed up together. I've got to get those out of there. I'll probably drop them in a bit of water to separate them, and then probably 4 rows in each. Yeah, let's have a bash at that, see what happens, see how it see how it all goes wrong. Yeah, bit of an update, bit of a sit rep. some of the compost has come out of that, and it's gone in there. That's, what's that? Nearly half full, that tub. There's quite a bit come out. I think that's at the right level. It's not collapsed yet. The other thing that's just come to mind is that this is going to get heavy when it rains. Yeah, well, it gets heavy and falls over, gets heavy and doesn't fall over. So time to drop these into some water to free up the roots, get some in there, and then move on to the manure. It seems to be going rather well, doesn't it? Yeah. So there we go. Cabbages planted. Doesn't look too bad, does it? Looks like a plan that's going to work. Still got a few concerns, mind you. We don't have to worry about that pipe. It's not very attractive, but it's an old redundant overflow pipe which is blocked up. So that's redundant. Doesn't look very attractive, but it's there. Nothing I can do about that. I have pushed the frame against the wall because this frame is determined to lean forward. I can't really tighten anything up now. I've put it together, so it is leaning against the wall. If it does fall over, everybody's going to know about it. So that one's done. Then need to do the same with the farmyard manure next to it. Cover them, bit of water, leave them alone, and then fingers crossed. The reason I've done it on this, what they call staging, is I didn't want to put it on the floor because the slugs will have a field day. It might make covering them with some netting difficult being high. Would have been easier on the floor, but we'll deal with that when we get to it. And as I said in one of the previous videos, I can't let these grow to full cabbage size because there'll just be too many. What I'm planning to do is picking the leaves as they grow and doing it that way. It looks like a good start, and it's not all on the floor. So I've just spent about 10 minutes just standing here mulling a few things over. The second staging, whatever it is, also wants to fall forward as well. By putting that one across the two, it's going to add some support, make it a bit more secure. Lean the tomato plants against it, that helps as well. The main dilemma is that is below the bathroom window. When I open this, there will be an aroma. It's not unpleasant. It's a fresh, grassy odour. Now, do I want that going into the bathroom window? If I put it together like that and then decide after I've done it all that I don't want the smell or the smell's too strong, I can't really move it, because if I plant that up and try and move it, it's going to fall to bits. So I really got a bit of a dilemma. I want it there to keep the structure of that, or I take a chance and leave that one there on its own and put the other one somewhere else away from the bathroom window. I think I can probably move it. Yeah, let's just move it. Oh, and the other thing that nobody told me while I was doing this is that, of course, I've got to put drainage holes in there, haven't I? Fortunately, because it's on slats, I can get a knife in there and just stab it at the bottom. So something to think about if you're going to plan on doing this. Put some holes in the bag first. So yeah, I decided to move it rather than having a fresh scenty manure smell coming into the house. I've moved it, so we've gone on to the other side and it's against the fence there, which means I can tie it to the fence if things are looking a bit dodgy. And I've pushed it up to the fence so it just catches or rests on that lip as well. So same again, I cut along there, down there somewhere, and then as we did before. But I will take some of this manure out. There's too much in there, and then we'll see how compost versus manure goes. I'll show you the structure of this. As I said, it's a bit like the compost as well, so bear with me a sec. So I've just spent another 10 minutes staring at this now. The this isn't the same structure as it was in a previous bag of this manure I've had. Previous bags were much more broken down than this. They were like compost. This isn't like compost. This is like manure, really. And of course, the issue is now, if I put the seedlings in there, it'll probably kill them because this is going to be too strong. But I would like to try some of the seedlings in just manure to see how they get on. I think what I'm going to do here is take most of this out, which might be difficult because the bag might collapse. Put compost in that I've just taken from the previous compost bag. So we've got a manure and compost mix, but more compost than manure. As I said, I think the seedlings are just going to die in there. And then what we'll do is with the manure that's come out, I'll get another container or bag or something and pop the seedlings on in just the manure. So we'll have compost, then we'll have manure, and then we'll have manure and compost, which is more heavy on the compost. So let's make a start. So there we are. I did spend yet another 10 minutes standing staring at this before I cut the hole in, because I've taken most of the manure out and it's filled that. It's not the same as the previous manure I've used, which is the same stuff. This hasn't broken down as much as the other stuff, so this is fresher stuff. So what we've got now is perhaps an inch of manure at the bottom of this bag, and then 2 inches of compost, which I took from the compost bag. Also, I thought that I could put this back against the wall where the bathroom is, because there's hardly any compost in it. And I did move it back there, but then I rethought it. I moved it back here again. So this is turning into a bit of a mission, but it's staying there. So there we are, it's finally finished. It's not the most attractive thing in the world, but the netting will do its job, keep the birds off it, hopefully keep the butterflies off it. And yep, that one has gone back against the wall. I've moved that probably 3 times now, but it's staying there now. And I forgot I'd got the second shelves to these. And of course, the lower shelves give some support to the whole thing, so it doesn't move around so much now. So it should be okay. Nice use of pegs. Yeah, I like those pegs there. Simple solution. I saw somebody else use pegs to do that sort of thing, and that's coming useful. So there we go. Keep an eye on them. See how it goes. Thank you all for watching all of this. Hope you enjoyed it. I enjoyed doing it. So I'll sign off now. Wish you all the best and take care.